Come get some.
Welcome to Monday Madness with
Welcome to Monday Madness. The Richness.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I went on Pitches Be Crazy a couple of days ago.
Dude, I watched. You were awesome. And the end result was even more awesome. Look, I think I remember telling Barry, and you need to get Rich on the show because you're so and you always have voices and expressions, and I mean, you're a colorful guy. You got emotion and that kind of shit. That's what podcasts need.
I'm glad that Will got the money for it because
dude, that was awesome of you too. Yeah, I want y'all to know Rich actually won Pitches Be Crazy the other day on Indie Bolt, and there's a prize. I mean they have, it's a little contest where there's themed. You pitch your book as different themes or different characters or whatever, it's like whatever they assign you, like pitch your book as Scarface or, I mean, I've seen all kinds of different ones they've done. They've been cool. Well, Rich went out there and just whooped on old Will, and Will did his best. Will did good. But, Rich went out there and won, and then turned around, and because he's already funded and Will hasn't, he gave the prize money to Will to help Will get to funded. So y'all go check out Heel Turn too. Since we're bringing Will up, we're gonna talk about his book for just a minute, and we're gonna bring out our boy MarV. What's up, dude?
MarV, what's up? Yeah, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I passed the 52%. I'm very happy right now. I'm on 52. I think on 53.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm very proud of you. Mary Machine Gun, what up? And Pancho Chekri says, hey guys, how you doing? Hello, everybody. Hello, Marv. It's good to see you once again.
Yes,
glad that you're here. Likewise. Yeah, he was the first person that I ever really invited on the Richness that I actually talked about and had questions, and that was fun. I got to be honest. Yeah. So if I ever decide to do anything like that, you're my very first guest. There you go. You have that distinction. Now you're a trivia answer. Now you're a trivia question answer at this point. You're good.
Mario, I mean, I've been following him obviously since I first encountered him. I'm pretty sure it was on Indie Bolt.
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah, it was, yes.
And I've been following him ever since and watching this progress. Back when he was doing it all traditional, before he got the tablet, which was also an amazing thing to be part of. The people that he worked with scored him a tablet. Then they had Meredith and I go live and surprise him with it live in front of the whole community. So it was like so cool. And, I was honored to be asked to be part of that. And so glad that you got to the point. And then Marv just took off. It was like all that traditional, slow page by page. Man, Marv was like, he just ripped through the last part of that, the work that he had to do once he got that tablet. Of course, he had issues with the tablet. I think he had to get another one, didn't you?
No, I thought it was because it was recharging. When I first tried to do it, but suddenly it just got well, and since that day I never had a problem. Yeah, but I was getting very, very anxious at the time. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go ahead and
you first, Pops. I'm sorry. You first.
I was just going to say I'm going to go ahead and pull up the campaign. If you got, go ahead.
Yes. Please, definitely pull that up. I'm going to take a look at it myself. Now, I remember when I had you with me. I absolutely love the way that you tell a story and the colors that you use. I'm sure that a bunch of people have already heard how and why you've gotten to this point, but what persuaded you to write this story? What persuaded you to do this, Marv?
The reasons why?
Yeah.
The reasons why just to tell a story, there was, I wanted to make a comic, and I'm a big fan of The Crow, you know, I'm a big fan of religious, even, and the story of, one of my favorite movies is that Moses movie from the 50s, and the 12 Commandments,
yeah.
10 Commandments, the 10 Commandments, yes. Yeah, that it's one of my. I'm not a religious guy, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I saw it a bunch of times when I was a kid, and I saw it a couple of years ago also on TV. Yeah, I want to tell a story, and I always liked those stories, those Bible stories, and I wanted to make like. How do I say this? Not a saint, but something kind of a saint story, you know. But I wanted to make it a little bit different. I want to make a story of a man of faith that uses dark powers, even though he doesn't know they are dark powers. He still try to understand if he's a good man or not. He's a good person, you know. He loves Michael. He loves Gabriel. In the next book that I'm working right now, that I finally put a name on it, it's going to be called Sin Killer: The Two Witnesses. The Two Witnesses is one chapter of the Bible. So I always will want to make something that connects the Sin Killer to the Bible, because he's a priest, even though he's got those powers, you know, those dark powers that Michael is a very suffered being. Gabriel is vengeance. He likes to torture people, but in all that they are friends. They are a family, and that's what the book is about. It's about friendship. The friendship in this book that he had to his fellow soldiers, the worry that he had, and the commitment, the promise that he made to bring everybody home, even though they were all dead, but he brought them home. You know, that kind of thing, friendship and family. And maybe Toretto will appear in a clip saying family or whatever. No, but yeah.
Okay, I do want to make a point right now. Before we get too deep into this, I want everybody to understand this is going to be printed in the U.S., courtesy of RJ, you know, courtesy of Critical Blast and operation they got going there. So you're not going to have to pay that ridiculous shipping charge. Marv's not going to have to worry about getting them shipped across the ocean. You know, the cost is... It's cost effective. Go check out the shipping on this. It's not going to kick your ass. It's like $8 or something. So if you're in the U.S., don't be scared away by that Portugal. Don't be scared away by shipping costs. RJ's got you covered. Marv's got you covered. You can get it right here.
Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out.
And everybody from Europe, the United Union. In Europe, the same. It will be printed in Europe and shipped by European shipping. So there's no problem there.
So yes, it'll be continentally correct.
That's a nice way to put it. Yeah.
Correct. There you go. I like it. I just coined the phrase. There you go. Y'all can use that in the industry. I ship continentally correct, printed and shipped on the same continent. Woo!
Nice.
All right. So,
Yes.
Father John, we're looking at him right here. Do you want to watch the video first?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Let's watch the video.
All right. Let's video this thing up.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So, very
Nicely.
nice.
Thank you.
Who did the video for you?
I did it.
You
I
did it?
myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nicely. Nice job. Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm no,
The
I'm
music.
no good at all at that kind of stuff,
The
so.
music is from VanPatten Audio. It's a non-copyright music. Because if you want to promote, I've been trying to understand all this promoting thing and what can I do to not damaging anybody. Because if you go with a song with the copyright claims, every channel that I'm in will suffer the consequences. So I had to find a music that wouldn't hurt anybody. So yeah, I found out about VanPatten Audio. I use them for my videos mostly, and yeah, it was one of the things that I've learned about all this. And
if you like MarV's art, okay, we have.
I love his art. I love it. I think it's.
He donated a piece of art to the CromCon support prize pool or reward pool or whatever, and it can be purchased outright, or you can support CromCon and have a chance to win it. But I'm just letting everybody know, if you like MarV's stuff, he sent me a Daenerys, the Game of Thrones, the Dragon Queen. He sent me one. It's beautiful. She got the dragon's head on her lap, and yeah. You can check it out in CromCon. MarV's art is freaking awesome, dude.
Thank you.
It is.
I got
it really
right
is.
there. Right there.
It's truly one of a kind because it has a rendering style that I have not seen in quite some time, and it's really refreshing when you have stuff like that. Because it's like I said before, I love how you use your negative and positive space, and I love how you throw as much shade as you possibly can in, as much black as you possibly can, and even in the pages that don't have that much black or like deep shadow or anything, you use it to great effect because you take the negative and the positive and the negative spaces and you layer them. Sweeter than a cake. I mean, this is just fantastic stuff, man. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. It's gritty. It's like a very lucid dream that is turning into a nightmare, and it gives us. I mean, the way the story is told, it gives us an idea of how the protagonist is telling us the story, and how distorted and warped his thinking is, except when he's awake. And even when it's awake, it's still rather horrific because of all the stuff he's dealing with. This is some really good stuff, Marv. And it's like I've said before, man. I mean, I come up with more things to say because I find more things to say. Because this work is so much new. Again, I'm sorry, Pops. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good. I was just gonna say, Marv and I had talked a little bit about things like this area right here where it's hard to see the text, right? Like that right under his arm where it says they were everywhere. That's hard to see.
Yeah.
And Marv and I were talking about that. And Piper said that you should just box or bubble all the, box or bubble.
Oh yeah, that's what I would do. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a very light gray underneath the text.
Well, like just box it in real small, like just a square box around it, and then you can put whatever color you want behind it, so you don't have to do anything with the already existing text.
Yes. Yes.
You just put the color box behind it, and the color box that blends obviously with the panel. But like you want to go a little bit darker gray behind those letters right there.
Yes.
But that's all she was gonna say, is to box and bubble in your dialogue and your text. That's what she was talking about. So like that, like where you have a little bit of it happening here. She was like, that should be everywhere. But other than that, dude, I mean, the art itself, I'm blown away. I sport it on my walls. I tell everybody about it.
Thanks.
Retail tier. For you retailers, there is a retail tier. Danny Morales. I just gotta say it, we got some friends that run stores. We want them to know they can get copies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are we thinking ahead? Because I think the more people see this, I don't think getting to goal is going to be a problem. With 27 days left,
I think we lost Rich.
That's okay. That happens to Rich all the time. He gets a few minutes out of that computer, and then you got to go to the phone, or that's normal for Rich.
Okay.
Free range human, what's up?
Hey, man.
How you doing? RJ's watching. We got people watching, man. So like I said, I don't think it's going to be an issue getting you to funded. Do you have stretch goal ideas? What are you going to do?
No. This is just I want to give as much as I can to the backers. So I have already gave an original.
You gave away
piece.
one original piece to the first backer, right?
Yeah, this one here for backer number 1.
Right. So then you said, I think every 25 backers you're gonna throw in another.
Any 25, I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give also at 25. I'm gonna give this one.
Now he's gonna give this out to somebody randomly, not to number 25. To one of the first.
One. Yeah.
To one of the first 25, and then when if he gets to 50 backers, he's gonna throw another piece of original.
Another one. I have a bunch of pieces, so you gotta just. Show it. This is all ink wash. I have a bunch of them, so yeah. And I'll at the end of the campaign, I will give as much as I can about the PDF files that I have, complete panels or some pages. I'm gonna give as much as I can to the backers.
Right.
I
just got to show everybody real quick. That Axl Rose right there. That's a MarV. That's MarV, and it's on my wall. Don't mind the glare.
That was on my illustration days that ended a few years ago.
And then we just go right over the computer. You see a little Andrew Mangum right there, and you just go right there, and there's some more MarV.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite panels. That piece is one of my favorite panels. John, Michael, and Gabriel. There, yeah. I love that panel. One of my favorites.
So it's nice to have a piece of MarV's original art on your wall. It's twice as nice to have two. I'm just saying. Whoa, I didn't want to do that. Bring you back in here. Get in here. I don't know what's up with Rich. Did we lose him full time or what?
Hope not. Oh, we didn't.
Yeah, he's like my man. He asks way better questions than I do when it comes to interviewing people. I mean, he knows way more about what you guys do, so he can ask way more, both technical and creative questions. I'm out here like, hey man. I ain't no dummy. That's why I got good co-hosts, man. I ain't no dummy. I'm just a fan. Everything I talk about and the viewpoint I look at is from the fans' point of view.
And that's nice. That's nice.
But I mean, I don't have the technical expertise to go, what made you decide to do this kind of shading and stuff? I don't want to ask questions that sound stupid.
This is my first comment. This is my first comic, and I still don't know what I'm doing. So on the next one that I'm working on now, I did already the first draft. And
okay, now you do have an 8-page shot in Indie Bolt Revolt too, right? That's actually
yeah,
your first. That's
that is.
actually the introduction to this book, right?
Yes, that's just like a trailer. You have the first story there, just a little bit of 2 panels saying that John was in Vietnam, and yeah, thank you. Uh, and yeah, it's that was huge. That for me, that was huge. That was a dream come true, and that was. I still don't believe it that I was invited by Randy Zimmerman to do this for the first book of the return of Arrow Comics. And man, it is a dream come true. It's just a dream come true. I just can't say thank you enough to Randy and everybody involved who helped me with that, like Ricardo Ferreira, who did the lettering of the logo, did the 2 logos, and helped me to be able to give the 8 pages, finish the 8 pages to Randy. That was amazing.
This Facebook user right here is actually one of our next guests. Uh, Justin Durgin is, I think this is that his name? Jeez, I don't even remember. John Durgin. I'm sorry, John Durgin. Yeah, he's the one that says look good. He's one of our next guests coming out, and Doris wants a little bit of share about the shift to digital and how that went for you creatively. See, because I don't know.
Honestly, I was a purist when it comes about talking about years ago about digital versus traditional. I was a purist. I was all about traditional, and I hate it when people talk to me about digital. But now I'm the opposite. Now I only want digital because I'm faster. I'm not afraid of inking. If I messed up, I can. If I make a mistake, I can go back in less than a second. I've learned a lot about inking. I've learned a lot about coloring and doing mixed media. But there are the last 4 pages, I did it fully digitally, and I'm very fast now when it comes to drawing. I do the pencils, the rough sketch. I put a layer on top and do the rest very fast now. So it was very easy, the transition between traditional to digital, and I hope to never. I hope this tablet will endure for many years. Because I really love the medium, and I do as much traditional I can on digital, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at your traditional. I know you love to do traditional. Man, Rich, welcome back, bro.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I'm having severe issues today for some strange, uncanny reason. I'll stay on as long as I can until my cell phone screws up, and then I go back onto my laptop. So,
okay.
Whatever.
Are you being crommed?
I suppose. I mean,
is that what's happening?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I've been violated a whole bunch of times today already as it is. So why the hell not? I'm about to get crommed after getting my nose, raped today. God, it's like, because my cancer was in my neck area, they have to shove that bloody effing camera down my nose, down the nose, the nasal, the nose, the nostril, and it's like as long as this fucking thing. See this? It's like, and there's the receptacle end. It's like total recall and everything, and I'm like, hey, pull that out, and there's like goo on it.
Oh, of course.
I'm like that came out of me. I'm like, what the hell, man? You know,
Could you breathe clearer after that?
No, I didn't. I didn't have the benefit of that. You know, I wasn't taken out for dinner afterwards, so it's like, come on, man. You know, it's like, here, we got to do this again. You know, I'm like, oh God, frig.
Twice.
Oh, God.
I did that once, and man, that's awful.
It's not fucking pleasant. It is not pleasant because it goes. You see, if you do a sniffle, you know, at the very least, you're trying to get like the boogers from not coming out, and it's like the camera goes past where the boogers are supposed to go, and it goes all the way down, and it like, as soon as it gets to a certain point, he says, "All right, say E," and I'm like, here I am with this thing in my nose. I'm like this. I'm like, E. You know, you can't do that.
Man.
I know.
Oh,
It actually really hurts.
Yeah,
I'm being silly about it. I'm being goofy about it, but I'll tell you something, man. That hurts.
Yeah. I don't like
It's
being
not pleasant. You know,
I'm just not. You know what? I'm gonna be sitting here one day and just drop dead because I won't go to a doctor and find out what's wrong with me. If there is something wrong with me, I don't want to know.
You better know. You better know. You better know, man.
You know, it's like the worst thing.
If there's nothing wrong with me, I'll leave there, and there will be something wrong with me. It's like I just don't want to go. You know, I pretty much, you know, I'm doing okay. I ain't got no physical ills, but man, I'm lucky that, you know, I'm lucky that way. That's all.
Yeah, you know? I was lucky too until I was told by a. I was lucky until my nurse told me, "Oh, you have cancer."
See, I don't want nobody telling me shit. Just let my body do what it's supposed to do. Fight it off. I'll live. Yeah, I ain't got a clue, but I hate doctors. Always have. I hate everything. Dentists, doctors, anybody that wants to come poke and prod at me. I'm just not down. I don't like it. You know. I see Will. Will. What's up? So yeah,
hey, Will, what's up?
Sin Killer, y'all. MarV Studios. He's in the madness. Where else can they find you, Marv?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. You can hashtag the Sin Killer comic book. You can find me there on Twitter too. But Twitter, I gotta go back. I'm saying this about a week. I gotta go back. But man, Twitter is not so. To share, if I want to share something with on Twitter, I have to put everything again, because if you put something on Instagram, automatically the same post will go to Facebook. It's not happening. It doesn't happen with a secret. It doesn't happen.
Anything you put in the madness goes up to Twitter anyway, bro.
Okay, thanks. But yeah, I'm not going to Twitter so much because I have to post everything again. So yeah, but I gotta go back. There are good people there. But yeah, hashtag Sin Killer comic book, and you'll find me. Yeah.
We'll make sure that you're getting seen up there. You know, I think John and Joe are both in the background. John liked your work. He said he liked it, so I'll let him say hi to you.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, Sin Killer looks great, man.
Thank you.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. First comment.
I agree with the Twitter thing. The Twitter thing, I agree with it. It's we're just finally getting around to trying to build our Twitter up. It's the last thing we focused on, but yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's like I'm trying to build Twitch right now. I'm trying to build my Twitch, but I don't have enough of a following to actually show my regular programming over there. I got to stay where I know I have people watching, you know. But like I'm doing my unboxings and my off shows, you know, stuff like that over on Twitch too, so that I'm trying to build some kind of a presence there. But I hear Periscope's going away eventually anyway, or Twitter's going to have their own live streaming or something, so we just all hang out, But anything that you guys ever share in the madness, I see it. It goes up to my Twitter account. I just want you to know. That's all I do all day, guys, is share everybody's stuff. You know,
Thanks.
I do a couple shows a week, but most of the time I'm in this chair just sharing everybody's stuff all over the place, anywhere I can, So, Marv, that's Joel. That's Joel. This John. That's Marv. God, I hate this stupid thing. Sin Killer meets. What do we got? I forgot.
Pronounce it Yule. Yule.
Yule.
I was gonna save you ahead of time and message you because everyone wants to say Joel, but I forgot, so I apologize.
I'm egotistical, but I didn't name it after myself. So
you have that one right there. Rich Parada, this is Joel and John. Marv, it's always great talking to you, bro. Go hit Piper up. Go hit Piper up right now. See if you can get her attention and get her input on that before we go on popping.
Okay. When's going to be that?
6 o'clock. I go right from this show to that show.
I'm starting tomorrow working, so it will be 2 a.m.
No, I'm not. I'm saying go talk. Go see if you can get her attention right now. Go see if you can get her attention right now on Facebook. On Twitter, somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
All right, man. Okay, I'll hook you up either way. You know it.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Take care.
Later.
You're welcome, man. Thank you, buddy.
Bye bye. Thank you.
All right. So,
hello, gentlemen.
How you doing, guys?
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on.
I've only seen this just like recently. It just popped into my radar. And of course, I don't even remember who I saw it first, but they sent me a message and said, "Yo, these guys, your show." Like, all right, I got you. Because I don't know if you're too familiar with what we do in the madness, but it's not just the creatives. I try to bring all the podcasters there too, so you guys can find shows to be on, so they can find content for their shows. It's kind of like a media hub I'm trying to build.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man.
So, it's nice to meet you guys. Welcome to Monday Madness. Go ahead and Joel, introduce yourself first, and then we'll let John introduce himself, and then we will talk about you.
All right, man. Yeah, so my name's Joel VanPatten, artist, co-owner, whatever for Livid Comics. We do it all, right? 2-man show. So toilet cleaner, do our many mess or none. So yeah, live out in New Hampshire, out in the middle of nowhere, out in the country. Some of you may have seen our podcast. I'm always threatened by bear attack or coyote or something coming up behind me on the porch. So that ought to be good for ratings one of these times. So that ought to be good. And then, so my background for like the past 10 years, I've been a fine artist. I've been working in that industry, like doing painting, oil painting, and those kind of things. And then that kind of got slow with everything going on in the world. So I said, well, why don't I go back to my roots? And I was, did some comic stuff back in the day, worked at tattoo parlors, drawing flash and custom pieces. I never did any tattooing or anything, but did that. And, we pivoted, right? The industry needed a pivot, so we did that. And it's always about doing art to make more art, right? So we're just making more art. That's what we're doing. So John and I worked together in our day job. We had connected, became friends, and I said, hey, man, I want to draw a book, but I have no interest in writing. I know you like to write, so have at it, pal, and I'll do the drawing. So here we are, right?
What are the odds of that, right? We work at a place where it was like couple thousand people in the building. We just happened to sit next to each other and share the same interests, and it was like Joel said, almost like destiny. We just hit it off, started talking about art, and then once we all got stuck working from home, we started talking about doing a comic together. So here we are. It's been a wild year. So
like I said, I'm checking it out right now. I'm going to pull it up. I'm getting a message. I have like one of the admins from the madness wants to jump in. So I gotta kind of let her come in and say hi because she wants to come in and say hi. So go ahead, Rich. You got some questions? Go ahead while I set this up.
Me? Okay. All right. Well. Let's start with the basic. Tell us about this. Give us a rundown as quick as you can.
So
I want to get the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah. So Yule, I actually started writing Yule as a novel before Joe and I started discussing a comic book, and the idea, the rough outline idea, it's expanded significantly since we started doing this. But the idea I had was to get this kid trapped at the North Pole, but have it be on the outskirts where there's like some woods and creepy monsters in the woods. It all started when I was talking to my son on Christmas a couple years ago. He said he liked Halloween more than Christmas because he liked being scared. So it just started clicking in my head. How can I make Christmas scary but still have it be okay for kids? So this is a family horror theme. So
Holy crap. Really? Holy shit! How did you do that? Wow, you must be like a god. I don't know. Wow, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
So that was just the idea of getting this kid trapped at the North Pole, right? And then when Joe and I started working on the comic series, it expanded into this huge world. So it follows Will Sheldon. Will's named after my son Will, and it follows the sentimental, right?
Love it.
Actually,
awesome.
I think I can't take full credit. I have to give my son credit there because I actually had named him something different, and my son is like, "Why isn't he named Will?" And I'm like, "Oh crap."
Whoa! Whoa!
So yeah.
That's awesome. Wow,
yeah.
This kid is nuts. Oh my God, he got the cojones, man. Oh my God, I love it. This is I like your kid. I haven't even met him yet.
Yeah.
This is awesome. All right, so
all
right. His name is Will, and what does Will do?
Well, Will finds this cube in the back of an antique shop. It's known as the Cassi, and it's a device that Santa Claus once used to suspend time so he could deliver gifts in a single night. And we don't know in book one. Yeah, exactly. Why is it in an antique shop? We don't know. You don't find out in book one, but there is a backstory to that for sure. But he finds this device. It's $1 on the junk shelf, so he buys it because he thinks it looks cool. And when he gets home, his parents get into a fight at dinner. He goes up into his room in a fit of rage and kicks his backpack. He accidentally activates the thing. So not only does it suspend time, but it travels through time. It hops through different dimensions, etc. So he triggers this thing and launches himself into this different dimension known as the realms. And this is where things really start to go south for the kid. So yeah, so he's got this is where book one is really designed to get to. What's that?
You said that's where it starts going south?
It's got a rough home life to begin with.
You've already taken away what Santa needs in order to get all the presents. I mean, now he's going to be like confined to I don't know what, Norway? And that's it. That's the end of it. The hell with Norway. I live in the United Kingdom, and there's a whole bunch of kids in the United States who deserve presents, America. We want our presents, man. I like this so far. This is really cool. I want to know the backstory on why it got there to begin with. That sounds really exciting. That's really good.
Yeah, we're doing that in issue 2.
I love that you have a story that starts interestingly enough, but has a backstory to it that's even more significant, or at least just as significant as the story you're about to tell. That's a wonderful lead-in, man. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, book one really was designed to get the kid into this world and get the adventure started. So, it's a good versus evil situation. He finds himself in this dark, snowy field, and hears these noises in the woods and sees these evil eyes staring back out at him, and finds himself on the run. So, but the idea of the series is he has to get this Cassi to safety and try to get himself home. But the villain of this series, which we don't meet in issue 1, is coming for that cube. He wants that cube. He's a half elf, and he's pretty nasty. So, and his backstory, I can't wait to tell. He's got a cool backstory. But it's a good versus evil situation. It's a mix of horror, suspense, sci-fi, fantasy. So it's got a little bit of everything in there.
I love the color pop panels on the basic color panel. I love it.
Oh, thanks.
Like that.
Yeah. So this is actually an homage. If you guys ever seen Friday the 13th, the series, when they had like the cursed antique shop, right? So the intro had like the waving monkey. It's back there. It had like the shrunken head. It had all that stuff. So I put a lot of Easter eggs in the art like that. So if you're a fan of that show, you're like, wait a minute, I've seen this before. And like you could totally pick up on that, like if you're a fan of that show. So I do a lot of that.
I'm a fan of Easter eggs. I love Easter eggs.
Yeah,
I love creativity. I love making anything that makes me look at more than just the character.
Yeah.
And what the character's doing. If you got a Rush poster in the background, or I mean, I'm looking all over. As soon as I catch one, every panel, I'm like looking over real closely after that.
Yeah.
As soon as I catch one Easter egg, then it's like, oh, all right. Yeah. There's more to this than meets the eye. I love Easter eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it.
I really like this art here. It's almost gothic. If you really think of it, with how dark it is, and the palette's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
I love how you just. I mean, the way that you have your blacks in there, and how you put together the hatching and the shading. It's very rough, but that really goes with the story that you're telling.
Yeah, that was the point.
And then I'm like, oh no, I'm glad you made that point, because it works beautifully. And then you juxtapose them with both fully rendered hues of the panels going down towards the point of interest, and it's just I like how you have that surrounded, because you also have what I like about this is the placement of the word balloons, if that makes any sense, because
sure.
you're using the smaller panels to block off a certain area of the background, and you're not overwhelming the background with all these word balloons. And what that does is it gives the reader the option of reading the word balloons first and then taking a look at the images. It forces the reader to go from top left to bottom right as it should be, in one fell swoop. And this is a very good layout. You did a very good job on this. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It's actually part of a 2-page spread. Yeah, it's part of. So there's another page for that. It's actually a 2-page. I have it, John. I have. If you guys want to see it, I can show you the 2-page. If you want to, if you do want to see the 2-page, we can do that.
I don't have my
I have it here.
promo copy handy.
Yeah. So I'm trying to hurry. So here you go. 2-page spread, guys. There you go. There you go. Right.
Look at that.
Yeah. Let me see that badass. Let me see that shit. Yeah. What was that? Is that a Christie? Christie's there. Okay. What the frig? Why did you put this on it? Dude.
Yeah. So they all have that.
What the hell, man?
There's always that creepy antique store owner guy, right? There's always that dude. He kind of looks like that. He's like in his bowling shirt right over here or whatever. So, so you're supposed to really read this. It's kind of strange. You're supposed to read it like a U, right? And people say, well, that's a little bit clumsy narration. But that was exactly the point, is because I wanted people to feel like how Will's feeling in there. Like he feels awkward and strange, and he doesn't know what the heck's going on. And he's traveling through this junk shop trying to get the hell out of there, because he doesn't like it. He's just doing his dad a solid and getting him a Johnny Cash album, right? So that's what that's all about. Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's what that was for. So it's kind of a funky narration on purpose. Yeah.
I like that. I think that's pretty awesome. Actually.
Yeah, thanks. That was fun. It's fun to get it to line up right too, and I'm so glad it printed well. That it lined up. That's always a dice roll. Like, oh man, I hope they bind that right.
Man, the art's spectacular, man. I'm loving the art. I ain't gonna lie. This is sweet.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the art's really good.
Do you have any original art as a tier or as a reward on any of it?
Yeah, we sure do, buddy. Yeah, definitely do.
Because that double-page spread should be able to fund your campaign all by itself. Jesus, I feel like I'm like. Well, first off, I see that page and I'm like, oh, that's a really nice big old splash page and everything. And then you throw out that it's a double-page spread, and I'm like, how dare you tease me like that? Jesus Christ, man. I feel like I'm eating a napkin now. I mean, what is this?
Yeah.
Don't tease me like that anymore. I hate being teased. What happened? What?
I said if Rich sees a hot girl, it's like, oh.
Well, I see one right now, sweetie pie.
Oh,
so there you go. Oh.
I thought Pops was going to say, oh, thank you, honey.
Oh, shit. That's messed up. Oh. He lets you on the show, and you're all like, haha.
Yeah, and she's going to take shots at me. Look at that.
I know, right? What gratitude.
I'm trying to bring her to Grand Rapids Comic-Con, and she's taking shots at me.
That's right. Oh, my goodness gracious me.
Well,
shame. Shame.
No, this is amazing stuff, man.
It is.
I got to go back up here for a second. Okay.
That's
3,400, 85 backers. 85 backers with 41 hours to go. I got to ask you the question everybody else asked you. Are you going to Indiegogo?
We don't know. So here's the thing, right? Is we just are just trying to move forward with all we have. Joel's more than halfway done Yule 2, and we have another title getting worked on from. So the heel turn artist, Rogerio Rios, is drawing another title for us called Deadball, and we want to launch both of those in time for. We have a con that we're going to in September. We want Yule 1, Yule 2, and Deadball 1 all on our table, so it's a time crunch. So I don't know if we'll have time to push another, Indiegogo campaign while we're working on that stuff. But
well,
I think you're going to say I don't think it's going to go to Indiegogo from here on this one.
I would.
Let me go ahead and throw this out there though. If you're going to do 1 and 2, and then you got the big September thing, the cons and stuff. As soon as that's over, do a Indiegogo with 1 and 2 as what you're offering, so that because I guarantee you there's an audience in both. There's some people that won't use one platform but really want to get your book. I mean, it's just some people won't use, and it goes both ways. There's people that won't use Kickstarter. There's people that won't use Indiegogo, but there's no reason not for you to take advantage of both platforms. So after your cons, whatever you got left, just think about it. You can go put them up there on Indiegogo and get a whole new audience. Bring a whole new audience to your, to what you're doing.
Before we did Kickstarter, we started this months ago. The idea of it, and I think we joke about this. We were only a couple pages in, and we started taking pre-orders for a numbered collector's edition, and we sold out of that. The 1 through 100, we sold out of that before Kickstarter even launched. So we were worried that we wouldn't even hit goal on Kickstarter, and we funded in 6 hours. So we were like, okay, then this is awesome. But I'm just wondering, with our collectors backers and then Kickstarter, like you said, there's another crowd over there altogether. But I just wonder if how much we'd get after all of that. But it's been a wild ride.
Worldwide. Shipping worldwide. Do you know R.J. Carter?
I don't, but I am looking for somebody in Uganda just to buy the book, just so I can say I shipped to Uganda.
RJ at Critical Blast.
I live in Uganda.
He specializes in overseas shipping and reducing the cost for overseas shipping. And Rich knows. Rich will tell you. He can bring down costs. He's trying to make it so that it goes. So that he can pretty much get your book anywhere. He's working on Australia now. I'm pretty sure it already goes both ways for the UK, right, Rich?
Oh yeah.
And if you like, it's like he has a printer now in the UK, so they can print your book there and distribute it there.
Nice. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's what RJ does.
I'm surprised at how cheap it is comparatively in the UK than it is for printing in the US. Like I did some figures for the printing here, and even though the pound is about like the pound is like 140 compared to the United States dollar. You know, but it's still cheaper overall. I mean, it blew my mind. You know, I mean, I'm very lucky that I found this place. It's really good. But shipping to the United States is really deadly. It just sucks up all of your funds. I mean,
yeah.
Like my first campaign, I miscalculated on a couple of my shipments. Well, then again, it wasn't really a miscalculation because of Brexit and because of COVID. The cost of the postage went up dramatically. And before it was like 8 British pounds. Now it was like 22 British pounds.
Wow.
That's
a little increase.
Just a little. And it's a pain. So if you can get someone to help distribute it for you, by all means, that's a great thing. It really is.
Yeah, man, we're open to anything.
I don't know if you use Gemini mailers for shipping, but right there scrolling on the screen below you is a 10% discount code you can use when you purchase your Gemini mailers. Save 10%, man. Bolt 10. Use it as your discount code. It's compliments of Indie Bolt. The people
Indie
over
Bolt.
there.
Good people.
Yeah, we like the Indie Bolt crowd. It's a fun time.
You like them too?
I like them.
Well, what do you got to say? What? What?
What am I hearing in the background?
You're hearing that horny wolf. I mean, husky.
A horny wolf.
His girlfriend's upstairs in heat. Come here, Rob. Come here. His girlfriend's upstairs in heat. He's just having a fit, man, because he can't have it. He's having a fit, aren't you? You just hate like that. You sound so forlorn, dude.
He's feeling frisky.
Dude, he's his howl even sounds weak right now. Poor guy. I get it. So yeah, man, this thing looks awesome though. It really does.
So this right here is the cover variant that's exclusive to Kickstarter. So anyone that does $25 and up gets this as a variant cover. So once Kickstarter's done, this won't be printed again. We're going to print however many we have backed, and that's it.
Right.
And the Joel, actually, I did find my book. So the standard cover is that right there. This. So that's the standard cover. By the way, we printed this on really nice thick paper, so it's above the industry standard as far as paper weight. We wanted it to feel really nice in your hands, so
that's a good thing.
Yeah, so
we appreciate that.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have kids too; they got to survive our kids.
Right, right. So that's the standard cover. I can't ever angle it right on these cameras. So that's the standard cover.
Tilt up or down.
Yeah, and then this right here is the cover variant. Also a poster that you can get on other tiers, and then you'll see as you scroll down the Kickstarter that we unlocked a third horizontal cover variant that anyone $25 and above will get. Oh, and then this one.
Yeah, don't go past the black light. This is cool. If you want to play that video, you can. That's cool too.
Yeah, let's play.
No sound. Video. No sound. So.
Where'd it go?
That's weird.
What happened? Pushing me down, huh? All right.
So there's only 20 of these. It's its own tier now. We added it later on in the campaign, so there's still quite a few left with the day remaining here. But yeah, so there's 20 of these. We sold a couple of them, and you really wouldn't even know looking at it in normal light that it looks just like the standard cover outside of Joel's signature right there. But when you have a black light on it, it glows in the dark, so that's pretty cool.
I want to go ahead and play this one too before we run out of time. I don't want to neglect. I do not want to neglect the videos and the people who put the time in to make them. Who made this video?
So this was our boy Scotty out in LA, and he's actually does trailers for major motion pictures. And his most recent work was on Wonder Woman 84. So he didn't make the film, but he makes the trailer. So if he didn't like the movie, that's not his fault. He just works what he's given.
We have to give that disclosure.
Yeah. But most trailers you see, he's in on it.
All right, Scotty. It's Scotty's work, y'all.
There you go.
Oh, jeez. Are we gonna get a strike for this copyright strike?
Nope.
No, it's royalty free.
I think it's open.
I'd pay $20 to get the royalty on this.
Big spender.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's nice.
I like it. Nice job, Scotty.
Yeah, he did that one take. He's like, "What do you guys think of this?" And we're like, "Yes, it's done. Okay. No edits. It's perfect."
Yeah, that's how my CromCon video. Lee sent it to me, and it was like, "Dude, that's awesome."
Yep.
And every month we might have to change a panel or two in it. You know, like update the initial card from CromCon 15 to 16 or whatever. But the video itself is like timeless. I'll be using it forever.
Nice.
He'll be back for issue 2 for sure, and probably Deadball too.
Yeah, we'll probably use him for every trailer if he's available.
Yeah.
He does a lot of Netflix trailers too, so it was a time crunch to fit this in between projects. So hopefully he's available.
Yo. Look at that.
This was almost inspired by the alien scene, with the alien coming over Ripley's face. You know, that close up of the two. We were talking about how we wanted to reveal the full creature here. So this is a reveal page when you turn the page. So,
Dude, that's awesome.
That's a left-handed reveal.
That is awesome. Man. All right. You see the tiers. You've seen the black light. We've run through these real quick. $25 tier. The exclusive Kickstarter cover, the digital editions, stickers, and the limited edition trade card.
Stickers.
So, and then with this one, we add something. What, the poster? Okay.
Yeah, the poster. Yep.
Oh, and there's a swag pack.
There we go.
Hat club. Woo,
Yep.
got the hat.
Trucker hat.
Nice. There you go. Original sketch from Joel. $150. There you go. There you go, Rich. Right there. Original penciled copy of a page. Penciled copy of a page by Joel, signed on comic book Bristol board. All right. And the posters and the issue 1 and stickers and the digital edition and the trade card, and appear in an upcoming issue.
Or plural, or issues. It's plausible, depending on how John writes it. Right?
We've talked about, especially, obviously it's not a cheap tier, right? But we wouldn't be putting someone in one panel. This is the idea is they could be a face on a main character, even moving forward. So
you got the patch. Rocky, I know, bro. I feel you, bro, but come on, man. Don't whine while I'm on TV, dude.
It would make sense if he was a cat because you could say, pussy.
I know, but it's like, come on, man. I get you, bro. I understand. All right, so we got the iron-on patch. Shay, there's your patch. Right there. The 2,000 stretch goal, what do we got here?
Cool little
Yo-yos.
yo-yo for the kids,
Yo-yo.
or adults that are into them. It's not just for kids.
That's a new one. That's a new one. All right.
Got the air freshener.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that image. That reveals some characters from book 2 as well. So this is also the image of the trade card. This is what you'll see on the card.
Okay, so we already have some idea what some of the future people be looking like. Cool.
And this is the $3,000. This is the horizontal cover variant that anyone that pledges 25 and up is getting this thrown into their order. So they're going to get 2 books. So
there you go. 3,500 stretch poker chips. Oh, look at that.
high roller. We're high rollers over here.
Look at the unique poker chips, y'all.
We're close to that.
Yeah, we're like $60 away or something. Yeah, it's close.
Oh.
And again, everybody 25 plus gets that. So you get $25 and up, man. You're getting a oodles of stuff.
$56 away from making everybody happy by giving them poker chips. Yep. Who doesn't want to be that guy?
Yeah.
Seriously. You can make 85 other people super happy right now by pledging $56 to this. I'm just pointing it out there, man.
Yeah, man, it's true. You know? It's true. Be the hero.
Go out there and say, I made that happen, y'all. I mean, that's part of this. It's fan participation, having a good time, man. That's what we got. We got shipping costs all over. Look at that. Dude said, we're gonna print out this chart.
It's an estimate too, right? Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, you got to get with RJ before you get on with book 2, so that you can hook some worldwide cheaper shipping up and whatnot.
There's John without a hat.
John without a hat.
Mr. VanPatten.
There we are. That's my homage to EC, man. I'm a big EC Comics fan, so that's my old school. The Witch and the Vault Keeper looking.
Right. Very nice, guys. I'm impressed. We will be pushing this for 40 more hours. See, now this is one of those that I complain about. How do I not hear about this until it's got 3-4 days left?
Yeah. Fighting the social media algorithms has been a real battle. You know, I got 3,800 followers, man. We'll put up a post and we'll get 10 people that see it, right? So it's a battle. It's a real thing.
I didn't know you were gone, Rich. Sorry.
Let me in.
That's up, man. No one notices that I'm gone? Holy shit.
That's one of the things that bugs me the most about what I do is not find some of these I don't find until like this, like 2, 3, 4 days left, and it's like I'd have been promoting this thing for the last month, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been and we're in so many different groups on Facebook, pushing it, and it's like Joel said, we have in our group, in our own Facebook group, we have almost 1,000 people. We have 1,200 on Instagram, and he has like 3-something thousand just following him personally. And it's like, how are 10 people seeing this post? You know, so it doesn't make any sense.
That's part of why we do the shows. I ain't gonna lie. That's part of why we do shows, because we want to get you guys out and seen, and that's why I bring all the other podcasters to the madness, so that everybody sees everybody. You know, a lot of these guys are booked out 2 months in advance because, you know, I mean, there's a lot more content than there is podcasters, but at the same time, there's only so many primetime hours for podcasts, and they're stepping all over each other. You know, I mean, I changed the time of this show from 8 p.m. to 4 p.m. just so that I wouldn't be out here trying to compete with 8 other shows. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like I try to find a time slot with less traffic, you know. And that's really the goal, though, is to get on as many of these shows as you can, because a lot of them are completely different audiences, completely different viewers, you know. And some people like back the hell out of, you know, there's some streams they watch and they back everybody who puts a book up on that stream. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. It's like some of them have really good fan backing with their shows, and it translates over to the people that are on their shows. someday I hope to be one of those premier guys. Come on my show, I'll get you backers, you know. But like with this, I know if I'd have known about this book 30 days ago, you'd have more backers. I know that for a fact.
Well, part 2's coming. We're not going anywhere. 2's coming. Deadball's coming, man. If you like this, you'll love that. So I'm obviously doing the art for 2, and I'm liking the art better for book 2. So I'm excited about the art for 2. So if you like this, you're gonna like banger. 2. Yeah. 2's got a lot of things going on. It's pretty cool.
So I got to get on with our next guest, but I'd like to introduce you. Be sure y'all get introduced to each other real quick. Justin. That's John, Joel and John.
Nice to meet you all.
Hello, Justin.
Hey, man.
I feel like I've got a tough act to follow here.
Oh no, man!
I've just been watching the perks and stuff on yours, thinking, man, and here I come with a paperback book.
Hey. We're guessing our way through. We fake it good.
No, it's a nice looking book. Go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you. I'm going to throw this banner up one last time real quick. So
sure.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, lividcomics.com, guys. Livid Comics, really building out the YouTube channel. We're doing a show on Friday nights. We do have a Wednesday show this week. We have Joe Bennett from the Immortal Hulk is coming on, 9 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, Livid Comics on YouTube. Facebook.com/Livid Comics, Instagram Livid_Comics, and Twitter Livid Comic Singular, because somebody has our name, like in classic fashion.
Drop that link tree in my Madness group, would you?
Yeah. John's on it.
I'll have to find it real quick.
Just drop right there in the Madness. Let everybody know where they can find you guys. You know, because this. Hey, 40 hours left. You guys deserve to get to 100, man. At least 100 backers, man. Where all my people at?
Yeah, we'll do something cool if that happens. Yeah. We'll do something special for 100 and put something else in there.
Have you been on RJ's show, Critical Blast?
That's one we haven't been on. No.
Oh, there you go.
I was on there Saturday.
Yeah, RJ Carter is in the Madness. Look him up. He'll try to get you out there. You know, he'll try to hook you up and maybe get you out there before it's over.
Nice. You know? Yeah, we're really flexible. We'll almost do anything, so we're easy.
Do anything for money.
One other guy named William Pace, Creators Outlet.
Yes, we did. We were on Will's show. Yeah. Actually, I think that's where we met. Where you popped on and said,
you guys? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. So that's what I'm saying. That's what we do. All of us podcasters network and try to make sure you guys get out there and get seen, man. That's the goal of the Madness. Success for everyone.
That's awesome. Yeah, man.
Have a great day, man.
Yeah, I will pop the link tree in your group, and we appreciate this. This is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Yeah, stay close.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
See you later.
Twice a day too. When you're promoting, drop your link to your group, to your book, at least twice a day in my group, because that feed goes. Nobody's scrolling back 40 different things to find. You know what I mean? So twice a day at least, pop it in there.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, buddy. All right. Have a good night.
Guys.
All right.
Good luck, man. Have a good one. Both of you.
Thanks, Rich.
That's awesome.
All right.
I like that. I like those guys. I like that project. Justin, I got to do a little commercial action here before we get on with you, but you're going to get your 30 minutes. Don't worry.
All right, then.
And Rich is going to work. We're going to put Rich to work here today.
Yeah.
But we got some great.
That's my ass every show I got.
We got some great things going on right now. One of them the reason our other guest is here right now, Christie Shinn. We have a GoFundMe project to bring Christie Shinn to Michigan for Grand Rapids Comic Con. Not to set up a table, but to hang out with fans, give stuff away, have a good time, walk around with me as an admin of the Madness, interview people. We're just gonna have fun, guys. It's not gonna be a working weekend for her. All the pressure be off. She get to have a good time and meet everybody up here that's been following her for the last few months, like in my group, and people that knew her obviously before me. You've been to Chicago Comic Con, right, Christie?
Actually, I haven't. I haven't been
You
to
haven't
out of
done
state
that?
cons as of yet. No. I was going to, and then COVID hit, and I'm like,
Oh, that's right. You were going
yeah,
to.
it kind of sucked. I was just like, well, I might as well do it, and plenty of free time. I mean, in general, so I'm like, okay, sure. And then he pops the crazy man that he is. He's going like, hey, you want to come out to Grand Rapids Comic Con? I'm like, sure. How? It's kind of last minute notice. He said, we'll do a GoFundMe. We'll get you over here.
We'll do what we can. And actually, there's some pretty good response. We got people donating. We appreciate all of you. Anybody we run into on the floor that donated, helped get Christie to Grand Rapids Comic Con, we will have something special for you guys. Do something special for all of you.
Yay.
Yeah, like we want to do something special for the fans like that do it, I mean, everybody's kind of like recovering and everything. So I like, at least we'll bring some stuff for like to give to people to say thank you.
Prints or something. We'll have something.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little prize pool.
And I'll bring a book and sign it and shit like that, It'll be cool.
So yeah, that's what we're doing with Christie. I want to play my I got a commercial I got to run because, that's how we pay the bills. So bear with me for a moment while we take a word from our sponsor.
Hello, my name is Dirk Hooper. I'm a comic artist and illustrator looking for work right now. I've been doing art professionally for well over 2 decades, and my art has been in 3 comics, several art books, novels, and magazines. And I've had work in galleries in the Netherlands, England, Belgium, China, and all over the United States. I offer comic-style illustrations, sequential art, and digital paintings on a wide variety of genres, including sci-fi, fantasy, gritty, noir stuff, and bad girls. You can find more about me and my work at Rainkin Studios. Contact me today to commission your custom artwork. Thank you.
Oh, it's funny that RJ just pops in right after our last guest leave. Look, RJ, our last guest. Okay.
And puts me as his first comment.
Yeah. It's like, hey man, you got to get a hold of those guys we were just talking to, John and Joel. Livid Comics. There you go. That one. Those guys. Livid Comics. You got to get a hold of them. They got 40 hours left in their campaign, man. And it's smoking, dude. I'm blown away. It's an awesome campaign. I don't know how these keep getting by us, man. Why do we find out the last minute? I don't get it. But it's a beautiful campaign, RJ. Go check it out. They're in the madness. I think right now they're posting the links for how to get a hold of them in the madness. So go talk to those guys, bro. Appreciate you. Christie!
Yay.
Look, I always make a point of saying it. We wouldn't have one of these if it wasn't for Christie. Oh, that's the background. Oops, I'm sorry. It's got to be the overlay. Where's the overlay? We would not have one of these if it was not for my friend Christie.
I am a pioneer.
Well, what the hell did you do that you perpetuated this? What did you do, man?
She hosted the First Ladies Night, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
Dude, it's on the YouTube
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall on that thing.
It's on the YouTube channel. You can go find it. I think it's one of my most watched videos ever.
Well, of course, there's a bunch of chicks on it. What would you expect? I mean,
dude, I had to stay out.
And they're. I mean, the women on there are kind of hot. I mean,
kind of hot.
I'll give them that. I mean, they're okay.
We're doing it again. We're doing it again.
When? Are you going to get another chick? Oh God, I'm not going to say that. Oh my God!
The final panel of CromCon.
Yeah, who did those filters? I was like, wait, I don't remember taking a picture like that.
RJ.
Why is RJ there?
Because he's hosting.
RJ's not a chick. What is he doing there,
He's hosting that panel, dude.
Why aren't I hosting that panel?
I don't know.
You didn't ask me, did you?
My respect for RJ has suddenly grown.
This is like, I
sacrifice
every Monday night, and you ask the other guy.
No, this is what happened.
Give up, man.
This is what happened, bro. Look, RJ did the final panel last month, did a good job. I was like, go ahead, do it again. The first 3 people that he asked to be on the panel were females, and I was like, screw it, just keep going, just keep adding females, making a ladies' night. You know, it was just meant to be, bro.
There were so many of us that we synced together.
Yeah, it was just meant to be. There's actually probably a couple more. I might not even be able to. There might not even be room for me on this one. I might have to sit in the backstage, which is fine because if you're out there, they get you, Rich. They get you. You don't want to host this panel, bro. Trust me.
Forget it. Now I don't want to host it. You know?
You don't.
Okay.
You don't.
I'm going to be excluded from everything.
Look, Rich, Christie, how many times did I duck out when you were doing that panel the first time? How many times did I just like,
I think you were drunk too.
A little bit maybe, but I had to get Rich. I had to get out of the stream a few times and just like, no, I ain't even.
What did these women do to you?
Oh, it's not what they were doing to me. It's the topics they were bringing up to discuss, bro. No, you don't want no part of these women, bro.
What did you discuss? I want to know what these women discussed.
You have to go watch it, man. That was months ago. I don't remember.
You know,
all I know is I had to duck and cover.
Okay.
I had to duck and cover a
Rich
whole
and I are
bunch.
friends. Rich and I are friends. He knows what I talk about. So.
Oh yeah.
So
Christie and I are very good friends. We talk so much shit. It's not even funny. Oh, right.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not intimidated by what all these women talk about, you know, because.
Dude, you know, I had no idea what I was getting into, though. I had no idea what I was getting into when I did it the first time. No idea.
Talked about sex.
They'd all love it if I got it. They'd all love it if I got into it. That's for sure.
That's what I mean. That's why I had to make one of these, man. I think I made it during the show. It was like.
That's why it looks shitty and thrown together. Is that it?
God. You know, you're right.
So, yeah.
I shouldn't be on any of those shows because at some point or another, I'm going to make somebody blush. Or I'm going to blush, or I'm going to do something really unspeakable on camera.
Well, it's kind of funny because, like, when I'm, like, probably the only one that has, like, enabled Rich to, like, have his boxers curdle in by some of the shit that I've shown him.
I'm impressed. She is the one female that I know of who turned me into from Captain America's flagpole into a frightened turtle. That's
because I just found some pictures and I said, "Hey, look at this, dude," and he's like, "Oh fuck," and not at
wait, I know. Oh my God, yes, holy shit! I almost lost any type of. I became asexual the moment that I saw these things. I'm telling you, I was a frightened turtle. That's what happened. I felt like a frightened turtle who was in the pool too long. That's what it felt like, and it was just like, oh,
let's bring this show back down to earth.
Oh my God!
Looks like a Prodigy video now. Justin's like, why am I on? It's like, damn.
Oh,
yeah, we gotta pull it back. We gotta pull the reins back in now.
I would never pull anything in front of what I saw when she showed me. Innuendo.
It's crazy, isn't it? Between that and the book that Lola's gonna put out called Unsolicited.
Oh yeah, did you see that thing that I did today? I had it taken down.
I know
that video I did. I had it taken down like a half hour after I put it up. Yeah, so I'm not doing that again on that channel. I'm not doing that again on that channel. Shit, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans and then I'll do it there.
I have been playing with making Demon Bitch have an OnlyFans and just see how we're that.
Oh my God!
Oh, you got to.
Kidding?
You got to.
I'm not gonna have any skin left on it. That's gonna be the end.
There's nothing wrong if you jack off to Demon Bitch. I swear to God.
Oh my God! You want to build this up? Oh my God! That would be. love it. Holy shit.
Okay.
This is the best show ever.
If you see that black thing to the left of Christie there, to the right on the camera, but actually to her left, that little black dot, that's ink.
Actually, she went back down because she's a fat ass.
Yeah, that's it. She's a personality all to herself.
She's a bitch.
She stars in many of Christie's shows. At least her asshole does.
She has a skull in her butthole. That's the thing, Justin. She has a skull in her butthole.
Man,
It's like, I'm not even saying anything, and they're
wait,
just like
here we go.
talking.
Somebody sent me something. I wonder what this could be.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
What the hell is that? What is that?
Christie,
wait, I know who this is. You showed this person to me. You showed this to me. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh.
Did you do that to me too?
Yeah, I said that to
no, not you. You're more attractive than what I just saw. Oh.
No, she sent it to me too, man. She just like
It's like,
you
here's
saw it
something
too,
awful.
right?
Go look at it.
Oh, so you just saw what I saw?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you poor man. You poor man. Oh God, now you better check for like reverse bowel movements. Jesus Christ.
On. No, I'll be fine in just a second. Hold on.
Oh God. Christie, how dare you?
I feel bad for Justin. He's just like,
you are Justin's like, I know we're supposed to be talking about his novel, and he's like, man, he's American.
Do you need me to come back or something? I can come back when you're done.
No, we love you. No, come back. Please stay. We will be professional now. Livid war. Yes.
Here I am just quiet, and they're just like calling me like.
Yeah, I wish I had a beer for this. I really do. It would have made this go a lot better.
That's why Phil, that's why we didn't lock in a fourth guest at 5:30, so that we could go over, so that we could have a good time. I could cover all the extra stuff that I have to talk about, like CromCon and everything, and then I still have time to get to popping with Piper, which I have to do at 6 o'clock. So we kind of did this right, It's like I got plenty of time to cover Justin's book here. We got to have some fun. Reducing it to 3 guests for Monday Madness.
It's a good thing because we can goof off a little bit. It's a very good thing, and that's the heart of the show, really. I mean, talking about and gushing over a lot of the stuff that we've had as guests here, which I really have to say, since being a co-host on this, I've seen some really impressive stuff.
It feels like I kind of joined the show while you guys are just about to start a massive tangent. I'm sitting there going, do I say anything? Do I be quiet?
You could have, Justin. The next time you're on this show, say whatever the hell you want, because this is just
duly noted.
Like loose. It's fun.
It's the madness,
it's absolute fun.
It's Monday Madness. It's not Monday proper.
Exactly. It's exactly. I mean, it's not you don't come onto a show called the Monday Madness and think it's like a library. You need to speak up. We would love it if you did. Trust.
Now, what I do want you to do though right now is I want you to introduce yourself. Tell everybody where you came out of from, what you're bringing. Be nice.
Okay.
What you're bringing. What you're bringing to the show, what we're promoting here, man, because this is different.
It is,
Y'all
yes.
a comic book. He's got to sell a story. He's got to sell a story. So this should be good.
All right, so my name is Justin. I'm an independent novelist of 6 books now. Niven's War being my 7th. It's my first attempt at a military science fiction book, which I've always wanted to do. And I thought it would be fun to get someone from the Comicsgate community to do the front cover for me. I didn't know who it was going to be at first, but after I backed Sunsworn, I saw this.
Oh, Carla! Oh,
Yes.
Carla.
And I loved what she did with the sort of background picture and the character's face, and I thought I'd love to work with her someday. And I remember commenting about it on a thread on Twitter with Red Gaze, and when I said about it, I didn't realize she was tagged in the feed, and she saw it and she said, I'd love to work with you. So we got talking and agreed terms, and what you see there is the result.
That's Carla Tornelli and RJ. Carla, ladies' night. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm recruiting right now, but yeah, Carla's one of the people I had in mind.
Carla's great. I loved working with her on this.
So let's hear it, man. Military science fiction. Now, I'm kind of a fan of a lot of the old school. Geez, what was it? I can't remember the name of it now. Really? You back? You back?
No, when I was growing up, my grandmother used to take me into a lot of the local libraries near where she lived, and you'd always have these old these old style science fiction novels in the spinner racks. And
David Weaver is the guy I'm trying to think of. I used to read all that whole series that he did.
Yeah.
But writing books like Niven's War, I always think back to those that I saw, and that's why I just do my best to emulate now. And a lot of the stuff that I've written is, I suppose, paying homage to stuff that I watched or read growing up.
So who is our main character here? What's the action?
Right. The main character's name is Amy Niven. She is a combat fighter pilot, and she has a massive chip on her shoulder and doesn't like authority figures. And at the start of the book, it comes back to bite her on the arse, and in a way helps escalate the tensions between the two sides that are about to go to war. And as I say in the synopsis, the usually escapable conflict and pain of war is now brought to her doorstep, and she has to essentially get her act together before the action reaches boiling point.
So you're gonna have, come on, man, you got to give us some story, bro. You got to tell us what's up.
The main, go on then.
All right, I'm sorry about. Let me ask you a question. Oh God, I had a question here that was what propels her? What propels her chip on her shoulder and her resistance against authority?
That comes from misinformation about previous missions, which her crew have suffered the consequences for. The main reason she's a captain in the book is because so many of the squad have died in the past that she's had to be promoted because they need captains. And as a result, she has a strong dislike for one of her commanding officers and the intelligence he gathers. And she makes that clear to him at the start of the book.
All right, but, so what you're saying is that what one of the reasons why she rose to the ranks was because of elimination, as far as like anybody. Oh God, that's kind of reminiscent of Starship Troopers in a lot of ways. When it comes to like Rico's rednecks or roughnecks or whatever the hell they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
I mean that's brutal. I mean I like that premise where it's like we're so short on that we just simply don't have the time to train anybody else. You either get it or you don't. Or you die while you're doing it.
But also because Amy's dad is also a general on the base, she kind of has that as a shield, which she uses against the other higher ups. And it's put her dad in a difficult position in the book because he's having to bail her out so many times. But when
I was about to ask, I mean, is there any type of tension as a result of that? I mean,
yes.
Given the fact that Amy is like this, I mean, it's like I'm wondering what her father would do as far as any type of further disciplinary action, because if this has been going on for a while, you have to sit and wonder, it's like, when's the breaking point on this? I mean, maybe that's just on my end, but what do you think?
That is dealt with in, I think it's chapter 3 and 4 of the book, because of the consequences of her actions. Her dad's kind of forced into this balancing act where he's trying to save her, he knows she's done wrong, but at the same time he guesses his hands might be tied unless he comes up with something.
That's really wonderful. That is. It's a nice hallmark when you can create a conflict between two members of the same family when one has to make a difficult choice.
Oh, it doesn't let up.
Of course it doesn't. It doesn't sound like it does.
She handles it by, in some ways, having to play nice until a solution happens, but without going into spoiler territory, there isn't a chance to get it resolved. I don't want to say any more than that.
Oh my God! Yeah, well, I really dig the cover art. Can you give us a little more detail on the artist herself?
Carla Tornielli is, I think, one of Comicsgate's finest artists. She obviously drew the cover for the Sunsworn visual companion. Her and her husband, he wrote and she drew the Grim Reaper 1 and 2, which I backed. And she's also working on the Vampire Hunter graphic novel. Her husband, again, is a writer, but I think she's just a colorist on this one. It's a different artist doing the interiors.
So you said this is the 6th book you've written. Are they all?
No, it's the 7th. This is number 7. I've written 6 other science fiction books of varying genres, and the 6th one is actually a freebie on my mailing list for anyone that joins it. You can see the link in the first paragraph of the campaign there.
Nice.
Okay, and I didn't even know.
Not that one. Above.
That one?
That's it, yeah.
And there's Carla. Hi, Carla.
No,
see, I
that's
follow
Carla, yeah. I think I'll send you to the wrong link as well, idiot.
Yes, I do follow Carla. That's a fact. She's good stuff, though, man. She's a great artist, no doubt.
Yeah. It's the one that says mailing list in it.
All right. That one right there. That's
it.
One. All right. Stretch goal update at 700 pounds. Is that pounds? I don't know.
Yes.
I will go straight into production on book 2. There you go. As soon as he gets to 700 pounds, he's going to start the next book.
Yes.
So now I understand most of you people, most of my guests, most of my viewership and whatnot. You guys, most of you are comic people, graphic novel people, but some stories are just, you got to read them and create them pictures in your own mind. And that's the one thing I love about novels is it gives you a chance to express the artist in your own mind and picture the characters from the description of the writer. And everybody knows the way I interpret what he wrote might be totally different than the way Rich sees it. Okay. And if we were to take a character, just random character out of the book, and both of us draw it, it'd be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that a lot of people have forgotten about good old novels without a whole bunch of illustration, is that it makes your mind do the work. Sometimes that's good for y'all. And I personally have a huge collection of novels as well as comics. I read everything, man. Right now, I'm rereading Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I have not read that book since it came out way back when, right after, Star Wars came out. Okay? It was the first book that came out after it. And it wasn't even canon in the end, But I'm rereading that right now because every now and then you have to challenge your mind to create the pictures. I like to do that. I like to make sure the mind works. That way, when you go to try to draw something, your imagination will pop off something for you, as opposed to always seeing what somebody else drew. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm surrounded by what everybody else drew. So every now and then, I got to challenge my own mind to make them pictures. And I know we lost Rich again because Rich has that thing with internet in the UK. Sometimes he's allowed to be on, and sometimes he's not. But yeah, man, is there any thought to possibly graphic noveling this?
This I don't know, but the regular artist I work with, Peter and I, we have talked about doing a graphic novel, and I have started writing it slowly because it's new territory for me, and we're looking at another science fiction story, and she's also figuring out how she's going to do it as well. But one thing we did talk about was we both have a love of the old Dark Horse Aliens comics, back when they were in black and white. And I said, could you do that? And she said, yeah, that's not a problem, because not only would it cut down the workload, it would also potentially cut down the price a little bit. So we're kind of exploring all the options before we launch it, because we don't want to just launch it and then have it go spectacularly wrong afterwards. We want to have all our bases covered first. But I spoke to Von Klaus after I got Monster MD from him, because I backed that book, and he's given me some great tips on how to write it, and even showed me the software he uses to write, which I ended up buying myself so I could use and write this thing with.
Nice, good, because I'm looking forward to. I like your concepts. I like your story, and as much as everything I just said about creating the image in my mind, I still want to see somebody, a talented artist, do something with what comes out of your mind. You know what I mean? I like the concept of the story. I want to read the story, but then at the same time, I want to see the artistic result of somebody else's interpretation of it. How's that sound?
When talking about this graphic novel, I said to her, I want to do an underwater science fiction story, because I have a deep love for that sort of genre from a lot of the old movies of the 80s and 90s. And when I started to name examples, we both said at the same time, The Abyss. And I said, yeah, that, as well as Deep Star 6, Leviathan, I think a couple of others we mentioned. But as soon as we realized we were on the same page with that kind of storytelling, I knew we were going to do it. So literally I started picking away at this thing in between writing novels.
Cool. Man, I don't really know where to go from here. Hey, you got anything, Christie? Anything you want to know?
No, it's just like, I'm very impressed with Carla's artwork, by the way. It's really good. And and also, like, the storyline, I kind of think about, Pacific Rim, the second one. Like, he's sort of in a similar position, except his I guess, father sacrificed himself. Sorry, the spoilers, guys, for Pacific Rim 1, but I think enough years have been passed. But, like, how he has to kind of live in that shadow, and, like, how she kind of has to live in that shadow of her father in a way, but she has to depend on him. But it's like one of those things, like, she has her own principles in mind, but at the same time, her father has to kind of like support her, but at the same time, he's like, God, I want to wring your neck.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I felt that a good conflict would drive the story forward. And as I continued writing it, the funny thing about it was, because I had an outline for it, but the amount of stuff that appeared in the book because of this conflict that wasn't in the outline was great to watch. Because the funny thing is, I don't even remember writing some of it. And then when I went back over the draft to catch minor typos, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, shit, where'd this come from? But I loved it, so it stayed in there. Yeah, it's part of the reason why I don't write with outlines anymore, because that sort of process is much more satisfying to write.
Yeah, and so I was just thinking too, just with that, it's kind of funny. It's sort of like she has an anime style, and I'm really actually impressed how she got it down too, for artist. Just because, I've seen people draw anime, and I'm not trying to crap on anybody that has their own style or anything, but sometimes some people draw anime really bad. Let's just face it. But I like how her lines are. They're very much on point.
Yeah, I have a love for the anime style of art, because anime, to me, it's very, very theatrical style of storytelling. Some of the action that I've seen in some of these movies it's mind-blowing, which I think is part of the reason why it's kicking Western comics ass at the moment. Because I was actually watching one of Carla's streams, and she showed this clip from an anime. I forget what it was now, but this woman's fighting a swordsman, and during the sword fight, she does like a type of handstand, and she catches the sword blade in her arse cheeks. And I'm watching that thinking, there's no way you would see this in any other storytelling genre that I can think of without somebody screaming about it. And I thought, this is part of the reason why I love it. So when
I'm not going to scream about it, but I'd be like, Bonds of Steel, okay. Yeah, and I'd turn red, you know, I mean.
Yeah, because I remember watching the feed, and I sort of literally watching like you do with your hand in front of your face. And when it happened, I sort of went. And that's why I love that sort of storytelling. So that's why I asked Carla to do the cover.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's like you're kind of like you just like Gona Guy and all those other guys like that started anime. And like I have no idea where that guy's coming from, but it's like kind of like you're kind of like, yeah, they're kind of fucked up, but it's actually kind of funny, you know. It's like, well, you know, that's imaginative and stuff like that.
Well, it's the best form of escapism. The more dramatic and action-packed I think these things are, the more people will flock to it. So when I was writing this, I did my best to sort of do some, I don't know if I want to call it dramatic, but as cool as I could make it, kind of action scenes in them. Because, like I said, I think the escapism is just needed right now, and it's why I've fallen away from a lot of this mainstream entertainment, because it's become far too put on the nose and political for its own good.
Yeah, it's gotten kind of silly sometimes. I'm just like, okay, guys, can we just tell a story, please? And it's like they're like, but every cartoon has to be political. It's like, yes, but it's getting kind of monotonous how you guys are doing it.
Yeah,
like, I get. Yeah,
because I've fallen away from gaming. I don't collect nearly half as much comics as what I used to, except from the crowdfunded stuff. And I've turned off a lot of TV and movies now. So a lot of the time you'll find me here writing a book because it's just more fun.
Yeah, I'm like the same way too. Like I'll be drawing. If you don't know that much, I'm like a cartoon. I do a cartoon called Demon Bitch, and it's about girls I freaking hate. So people are like, damn. And I said, yeah, it is like girls that are really awful and stuff. And I draw it. And it's funny because like, I rarely actually get people from the crowd that says, oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing that. There's like maybe one or two, and I just laugh at them. But for the most part, it's like people get it. And I think people really want content like that. That's like, I don't want to say honest, because I think that's kind of overused, like toxic. It's kind of getting annoying, but it's like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like, but if you're writing something and you want it to be good, and you know, sometimes it's just good. Like, I just want to write and draw a cool thing. Like,
I have my Sam Kinison. I want it in my art. I want it everywhere, right? I want my Sam Kinison, my crazy wild, what? I want that in my comics too.
Yeah.
Just like I want it in my music, and I want that freaking wild guy, man. I love that stuff. You can't curtail the excitement and the power of that kind of entertainment. And that's, you know, I feel like censorship just makes everybody curl up.
No, when I've watched all this stuff in modern storytelling, I always think back to, it sounds corny, but bear with me, one of Billy Joel's songs, Piano Man, because the third verse, he's talking about himself, obviously, and he says, it's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile because he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And that last part, we can't do it anymore because this stuff is everywhere. I mean, I'm from a family of Trekkies, and I decided to watch Picard when it came on Amazon Prime, and I got 4 episodes in where I had to just stop because when I saw what they were doing, and it was so on the nose, I just said, this isn't Star Trek, and I couldn't do it anymore.
See, and that happened to me trying to watch Discovery. I couldn't get through that. I didn't even get to Picard.
I watched 1 episode of Discovery to see what the fuss was around, and I couldn't do any more because I didn't find any of the characters likable. They were a loathsome bunch.
Like, there were chunks that I watched that were like, okay, I think it kind of pisses me off because it's like this. We've got the technology to make it look fucking good. Yes. And then now we just jacked it all up because, like, let's put this tired shit in here and it's annoying. I'm like,
yep.
Like, Okay. This seems
I
like a
don't know
manifesto of
when
how
it
people should be and act.
I don't know when it became part of everybody's plot as to who they're sharing, who they're cohabitating with, or
Yeah.
all that. Okay, that didn't used to be the main part of the character. The main part of the character was their powers, whether they were good or bad, how they used their powers for good or bad. It didn't have nothing to do with who their goddamn boyfriend, girlfriend, and or other was. You see what I'm saying? Somewhere down the line, character development turned into garbage.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
and with Niven's War, when I was writing it, the usual trend you've got with a lot of military science fictions is, you know, high-ranking people in rooms directing battles from this direction or that direction. I thought, well, what if I focused on a smaller group of characters who were within the battle trying to survive, and focused on the tension and knowing the situation they were in, and even though there was dislike among some of them, they had to work together to get out of it. I thought, if I can succeed at that, then I've got a decent story on my hands.
Yeah, it's just like you just got to figure how people act, not how they're supposed to. Like, I think I've noticed, like, people in general are rarely supposed to act like certain things, and I think with a writer you have to recognize that. Like, there's some control of the story, like quality control, I suppose, but it's like you just kind of have to let them be who they're going to be.
Yeah, because again, there were some moments with the characters, like I said, that weren't in the outline, and when I put them on the page, there was one in particular. I'll do a spoiler here if you want. There was one in particular where Amy uses her rifle to bat a grenade back at the individual that's thrown it at her, and I sat and looked and thought, is that too stupid? Does that not work? And I thought, no, screw it, I'm leaving it in there because I like it.
Yeah, it's like people forgot to have fun writing the fucking
game
or doing
if it survives the editing process, we'll see. But I enjoy those sorts of moments.
Yeah, right. Ooh, sorry, got my.
It's all right.
Yeah, big evil black cat right here. I know people get mad. Oh, black cats are evil. No, I just feel like calling her evil because my friend. Basically, the nickname that my friends affectionately call her is Cunty. She'll act like a whore in front of them, and then sometimes she'll like get mad and hiss at them and stuff for no reason. So
yeah.
But anyway, oh, she's fat. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the thing about the process.
Didn't discriminate either.
Oh yeah, well, like she's like. So the thing is that like for me, what I don't like is sometimes like with people, I think they do art and they're really good at it, but I get under the underlying thing they forgot to have fun. Same thing with some of the writing.
Yeah, it's why I hear some writers warn against the whole practice of writing to market, because you may sell books in the process, but also it may gradually kill your soul writing these books, because if you haven't got your own personal into the topic, then it's no good.
Yeah, totally. Sorry, it's hot in LA. So
it's hot as hell here as well.
Yeah, right. All right. So you're in the UK?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I figured, but I didn't want to because
that's okay.
People can travel everywhere.
We've got a heat wave going on here at the moment, and these past few days have been unbearable.
Yeah. It's because kind of like it's actually okay here where I live. It's not too hot, but then you get the humidity and like, oh, that's what like makes me tired and stuff. So.
Yeah, we were. My wife was going to go sit in the garden today, but some arsehole a few gardens down decides to have a little garden fire to get rid of some of his waste, and all the smoke was wafting up our way. And I'm looking out the window going, thanks, arsehole.
Yeah, you're just like, really? Okay.
But no, with regards to the stretch goal I added, I decided to make it a decent deal for anyone that backs the book and gets it above the target. So, for example, if you've backed the paperback of Niven's War, you'll get the second book, the paperback, with no additional cost.
That's quite nice.
So any postage and packaging will be handled by me.
Oh wow, that's really generous of you. Oh,
I'm just trying to hook backers in.
Well, I mean, we have ways to do that, my friend.
Excellent.
Did Carla do that digitally, or did she do that originally?
I believe she did it digitally.
Dang it. But if you could get Carla to do a piece of original art and offer it to a random backer when we get to 50 backers, now you pull some of these art people in. Oh,
yeah.
Carla art. I got a chance to win Carla art if I back this book. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing things like that out there. A sketch card, anything. You know,
the books,
sketch cards. You know,
the paperbacks do come with a bookmark, which I'm going to sort out also. That's part of the perk anyway. There's no extra cost. And I'm looking at doing something like a postcard of the art as well. I've got to dig into it because a lot of this stuff is new ground for me.
Well, I was going to say, like, you could set a stretch goal at 1,000 and have her do a few sketch cards, throw her a little bit of money for them out of that extra couple hundred that you get for people reaching that stretch goal. See, and you kind of use that money to pay for the stretch goal. You know what I mean? If I get to this, I'll have this much extra money and I'll be able to buy you guys this. That's basically what a stretch goal amounts to. You know, how I can add things. Okay, so you're talking about adding book 2. That's like, dude. How about you go back and take one of those books you previously wrote and add that as a stretch goal and save book 2 for your next campaign?
I did think about that, but I thought,
I mean, that way you're exposing your people to your previous work as well.
Yeah.
Or giving them the option of any of them. Put them all up there and say you can get whichever one of these you want.
I had thought about doing that at some point, but I wasn't sure when, because again, it's all new ground for me. But I thought with adding the second book as a stretch goal, I thought it would just be nice to show that I'd be willing to put this sort of effort into completing this and giving people more of a story than what they'd originally bargained for. Because I totally
get it. I'm just saying, don't shoot yourself in the foot for your next campaign.
No. I get what you're saying. I'm very much a noob to this stuff, but I
mean, I want you to have a next campaign, but I want people to also be exposed to what you've done in the past.
Yes, I understand that. Yes.
So you put a little synopsis of each of your previous books up there as a stretch goal. You say, you can have one of these books. Pick one of these books as a stretch goal when we get to 1,000 or whatever, you know, and everybody can choose one of them. And that way they're going to pick the one that, you know, most goes with what they like, which gives you a better chance of a positive review and more people coming back. It's all a snowball thing for me. I want to get as many people looking at it as possible. But I want to be able to come back here in 2 months and do it again for book 2. From the beginning. You see what I'm saying? From the beginning, I want to be here helping you promote it, you know? And maybe you can do a set of chapter art where just, you know, a page at the beginning of each chapter kind of depicting something that's about to happen in the next chapter for book 2, where you bring a little more art into it because everybody loves the art. You know that. People
absolutely
love
yes.
You know, I mean, and you don't have to, even not going all the way to the graphic novel, but just having, you know, what, you got 20 chapters in your book, that's 20 pieces of art. You know, that you could add to the book. So, you know, stuff like that.
There's sometimes like you could just do like a thing for you know, digital rewards. I've done that too. I mean, you probably already thought of that too, but I've noticed how much that saved my ass. Like sometimes when I did my Kickstarters, because it was weird. And also like some people were like, hey, can I talk to you? Like, you don't have this and this for your digital reward. Would you do that? And I said, sure. And it got me closer to my goal. And sometimes some people would more people would get that reward. So it's like, all right.
Well, one thing I'd considered adding to the campaign, I'm getting ready to launch an omnibus edition of a trilogy that I'd written, a cyberpunk trilogy. And I thought maybe doing it at a discounted price for anyone on Indiegogo that decides to give it a look. And that's essentially 3 books and a prologue short story.
Yeah, we like steampunk too.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, and then you can do digital versions of that. And sometimes what I've done is that I've just sent out postcards, and I can add that on. And then what's nice is that as long as it fits in the book, you don't have to pay for extra shipping. Just like, here's a little print. Bye.
Yeah, because the shipping was the worst part for me because
that guy there is also a bit of an artist and a bit of a colorist and a bit of, and he's been hanging out listening, so he might be a little bit interested in what you're doing too. I mean, I find that usually the ones that are hanging out talking about it find interest in the project, and he's always looking for stuff to do. So, just another possibility for collaborations. We like that stuff.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming out, my friend. I'm glad we got to cover. You got your whole 30 minutes plus a little extra, and we got to have some fun. So
this was a blast. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Rich, but we love Rich.
I'll just go and send him more disgusting pictures later for having such shitty internet.
That's probably what happened. You probably scared him right off. You scared him right off.
No, I broke his internet.
Or his will.
I do that all the time on a daily basis. That's it.
Definitely. Justin Knight, you guys, go check out Niven's War on Indiegogo. I realize it's not a comic, but we're going to talk this guy into becoming more of one of us. I promise. We will bring more art to his projects, and we'll get them out here and show them to you as they present themselves. Right, Justin? You're going to let me know, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And for all you other podcasters out there, get old Justin, man. Then, get him out on your shows, get him seen, because that's what we do. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm not sure right now, but I think we're going to postpone Poppin' till tomorrow night. Piper's not feeling well. I just want to let everybody know. We've been talking for a few minutes, and we just decided we're going to postpone the show till tomorrow so that we can bring you the best possible show, but we're not quite sure what time yet. I will make an announcement in the madness and, out on Twitter and let everybody know when Poppin' episode 4 will be broadcast. Thanks everybody for coming out, for watching. We appreciate you. Go check out that GoFundMe if you want to help bring Christie Shinn to Michigan. Don't forget, because I want to meet her. I know a whole bunch of my friends want to meet her, so yeah. And we're well on our way. We have an actual percentage we can say we're on our way. So help us out, yo. Get her that. We got to get to that ticket price real quick. Okay. After that, then we can spread out over the next month and worry about the rest of the costs.
Maybe we'll do a Pops Tijuana special. We'll just take him down to Tijuana and then find some hookers and shit like that, and find some blow. And then, we'll take him to the Donkey Show and film that. And he's like,
I'm only going to say that Pops made it through boot camp in San Diego.
Yeah, well, there you go. So Pops probably
already seen Tijuana, eh?
Well, probably evolved into the Piggy Show now, too.
I mean, I lived in Phoenix for 35 years too, so yeah, we got all kind of Latina friends, ex-girlfriends, yeah, all that. Arizona's a fun place, good people there. They really are. The government sucks, but there's great people there. Yeah. I went to prison twice for weed in Arizona. Prison, not county jail. I went to prison twice for weed in Arizona. So that's why I don't live in Arizona anymore, just so y'all know. He knows. Yep.
There you go.
Bad government. Anyway, I want y'all to have a nice night. I'm going to get with Piper as soon as possible, get out an announcement for when Poppin' will air. I think she had Daniel Parker planned as a guest. So, I'll make sure I post his link in that announcement as well. So I want everybody to come check that out tomorrow. Rocky, you got anything to say? Yeah, that's what I thought.
The whole time being all fucking
timed.
that dog.
Poor dude. You guys have all heard him howl before, right? You don't sound all forlorn and like that. You can't, dude. You can't. Man, he hates me. All right. That's how we're going to do it. You all have a great night. Justin, it was great meeting you.
Good meeting you.
Likewise.
Definitely going to get you out again for your next project. Make sure everybody sees this. There's still a lot of time left in this one, so we'll definitely get you out again before it's over, too. Count on it. After you've added stretch goals and stuff and got past them. Y'all have a great night. I'm gonna drop this this video, and I'm gonna be out of here. Oh, gotta do that one first.
Gotta have my pops.
Go, go.